Hello, Happy New Year. Wow. I am just hopping on here to celebrate and remind you guys how amazing and important it is to celebrate yourself. I'm hopping on here and then I'm going to probably be off social media for the rest of the day. I have been working behind the scenes to re-record and update the material for the Soul Talk Method. It is so exciting, and I am so excited for my current clients. I'm so excited for anyone who's going to be entering into this space. Someone just signed up yesterday. I'm so excited for all of the amazing souls going to be entering this sacred spiritual healing portal to really transform their life. I'm guiding people through 5 steps. It is really connecting you to who you are. You don't need to wait until you're fully healed in order to be connected to who you are. We start doing that right away. And then you move into a space of freeing your inner child, freeing from past limitations, past trauma, anything from your past that's still holding you back. The 3rd step is we get you really anchored into self-trust, self-love, and any emotional pain, I guess it's the 4th step, sorry. Any emotional pain that is still stuck in your body. If you are having chronic stress, if you are having constant fear, anxiety, or anything that inner turmoil, that is stuck emotional pain in your body and it needs to be released. Okay, so that's a key step that I guide people through in this portal experience. And then the 5th one is expanding yourself to open up to receive abundance, rewiring your mindset around money and visioning for your future and not staying stuck. So beautiful journey that I guide people through, and I just finished the last recording for this revamp that I've been doing behind the scenes, and I had to jump on here because I am so excited. I am so excited for the next person that wants to invest in themselves, put themselves first in maybe a brand new way, maybe the first time. And if you have been thinking about this or kind of like, kind of looks like what I want, do not hesitate. This is for you. It's not for me. And when I have been behind the scenes, really getting into the flow of co-creating with the universe, with allowing myself to create, I have been praying for these people who are coming in. I have been feeling their pain and also feeling where they're going to get through. And I created this for you to step into all of who you truly are, remember who you are without hiding who you are. So I wanted to jump on here and also just remind you how important it is to celebrate. Like, I'm celebrating myself, that I had this desire years ago. And here we are. I'm celebrating my younger self. I'm celebrating who I am right now. And I'm continuing to step out into my power, into the unknown. And I want to just share with you that I talk to people daily. People will message me. I'll get on calls with people. I love talking to people about their journey, about how the Soul Talk Method can truly transform their life if they want it. And I've made a promise to myself a long time ago that I was not going to force anyone. I wasn't going to be one of those coaches that had to force people into the program. I come from a place, and my intention is to hold safety for people and to empower them to make the decision for themselves, because it is about you. I am literally just the guide. I am guiding you back to you. So right at the get-go, I want to empower people to make this decision for themselves, to put themselves first. And there's a common denominator though when I'm on the phone with someone and I know that they're a good fit. Like, I know that the Soul Talk Method is what they need. Not everyone is ready for this, and I will lovingly tell them that, it's okay that you have to wait. Maybe I transfer them to someone else. But when I know someone needs this and I see that they're ready for it, it's a scary decision, and I get that. The fear is valid. There's a lot of people that I talk to that they've never put themselves first and ever before, or spent money on themselves. So I get it, and I've also been there. But there's one common denominator, and that is they are afraid of their own success. They're afraid of their own power. They might not be aware of it. I'm aware of it. I can see it in them. That's my job, is to see my clients' blind spots and guide them out of it. So I can see that, okay, they're ready for this. They need this more than anything. They need it now. They don't need to wait. But again, I keep that promise where I will hold safe space and I will empower them. I will not force them. And someone that signed up yesterday, I've known her for almost a year. She's attended things. She wanted to sign up back in May, but I did not force her, and she signed up yesterday. So there we go. There it is. So, but the one common denominator, because I want to know if this is you, okay? And you don't need to tell me, you don't need to tell anyone, but know this for yourself, okay? Are you afraid of your own power? And I want to tell you that this fear, because really what it comes down to is fear. The fear is so valid because, and I mean, there's so many reasons, but there's one reason alone is just we've been programmed to disconnect from ourselves, to disconnect from our true desires. A lot of us, we are closed off from letting our heart step into our desires. I mean, I was told that asking what you want is selfish and you have to give up all of who you are in order to be saved and enter into heaven's gates. So like, that's a bit drastic. I'm kind of exaggerating, but it is a thing. And we're also taught at a young age that we have to save for retirement and we get to enjoy life in retirement. And you get to enjoy your life now. So I want to ask you, are you afraid of what your healing could cost you? Okay. And this is a really valid point because, okay, you have known your inner turmoil for maybe most of your life. You've lived in fear, anxiety, depression for maybe a really, really long time. And even though it's really painful, it's also comfortable. I hear you with that. It's comfortable. It's all you've known. And taking this step into healing requires you to do something you've never done before. It requires you to step into the unknown. And so this is why I'm here loving you and telling you that it's valid. It's valid to have that fear of, well, all I've ever known, the life I've been operating in now, it's costing me something. So wouldn't my healing cost me something? I've talked to many people where it's like, okay, I want this. I'm aware that I'm living a miserable life. I'm aware that I'm feeling trapped inside a marriage that I don't like, or I'm doing all these things to please others and I don't even know myself. But if I leave all of this behind, if I actually uncover who I am and I heal from this, will it cost me friends? Will it cost me my marriage? Will it cost me how people view me? And again, it is so valid. I hear you. Yet there is nothing worse than staying trapped in a life that's not yours. You did not come here to stay in that mold, to stay in that box, to hold yourself back. And I want to shift this perspective for you in this moment, okay? Imagine you healing from your emotional pain. Imagine you not waking up with chronic anxiety every morning. Imagine you waking up knowing who you are, feeling so good in your body, connected to your emotions, connected to who you are, showing up to your life with so much confidence, so much love. Imagine how that will impact your kids' lives. Imagine how much more intimate your romantic relationship will be. Imagine how many things will shift for you. Some people that I work with, they need to walk away from the marriage. They need to walk away from the job. They move cities. But some people, they have such a beautiful life and they're just not showing up to it. So how do you want to show up to your life? And I want you to ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? It is possible. It is so possible for you to love your life and to not hide who you are from people around you. If you're resonating with this, if you want to heal, if you want to step into your divine power, but you don't know how, or you're afraid it's going to cost you something, most likely you are afraid of, well, if I show who I am to people, it's going to cost me something. You do not have to hide who you are around the people that love you. You do not have to hide who you are to yourself. Do you, let's just talk about that. Do you see yourself? Do you know who you are? And so I want you to ask yourself, what do I want? Start there. Start there. It is a life transforming question, just that on its own. And, you know, some people have not even allowed themselves to ask that. That was the turning point for me, is someone asked me that. I went to a beautiful lady who was a life coach. She was also a pastor. And I had all this inner turmoil happening inside me. And I was so scared to tell someone that I wasn't okay. I was so scared to tell them, this is not where my intuition is guiding me. It's guiding me to actually step into the unknown, but it's so freaking scary. And I thought that if I were to tell someone, let alone tell myself, I'd be judged because I was judging myself, right? And yet this lady, she really set in motion for me right where I am today, which is what I get to do for people. It's so, this life is so amazing. But she asked me, after I kind of, like, I fully confessed myself to her, I fully opened myself up, and the tears came, and the shame was seen in a safe place. But she said to me with such love, no judgment, no condemnation, no blame, no fear. She literally was able to give me something that I did not know how to give myself in that moment. And she said to me, Sarah, what do you want? And I did not know in that moment. It's okay if you hear that question from me right now and you don't really know. It's about giving yourself permission to ask yourself what you want. Because if you relate it to anything I just said before, chances are you're not living in what you truly want right now. That is okay. Your next step is what matters now. Your next step is what matters now. So just allow yourself to be given the beautiful permission to ask yourself what you want. Now, other people are going to say that's selfish. Maybe there's a little voice inside your head that's not actually you telling you that you can't ask yourself that. I've been there too. But you need to ask this question, because I'm going to teach you right now why that is actually the most unselfish question that you can ask. Because I know that you want to make the world a better place. And by asking yourself the question, what do I want? And you stepping into your power, you stepping into your creativity, you healing from your past, and stepping out into a life with no limitations that are not holding you back, expanding yourself into the unknown, you stepping into that desire is what is going to make the world a better place. I had the goal and the dream to create the Soul Talk method years ago. I was dreaming about this sacred space while I was watching Netflix, while I was struggling through the lockdowns. I held this vision of creating a space to give people radical healing that I was on, that saved my life. It literally saved my life, because I was saying to myself, like, if this is what life is, it's miserable and I don't want to be in it. And there was a still small voice within me going, no, Sarah, there's more for you. There's more for you. So start here. Start with asking yourself, what do I want? And so I want to also remind you that even if you're fearful of, okay, will it cost me something? Will it cost me something to step into all of who I am, to heal, to actually live the life that I want? Just imagine how much more loving your life will be. Just imagine how many more people you can help and be a service to. Just imagine what this will do for your inner child, your younger self. Choosing to get healthy is going to impact your family in such a beautiful way. So, instead of worrying about what could go wrong, trust that it'll be the most freeing thing you will ever do. Trust that it will be the most freeing thing you will ever do. So if you're feeling a pull to this, I want to invite you to join the Soul Talk method so that you can release emotional pain and live in freedom, intuition, self-love without hiding who you are. You are free. We are free. It's time that we start. It's time that we start living like it. So if you want to learn more about the Soul Talk method, send me a message with the word free Just type free. Maybe you want to share with me a little bit about yourself, what you're struggling with, what's coming up, what you want. Let me know. I would love to hear about your journey, get on a call with you, and get you signed up for the Soul Talk Method and invite you inside this sacred healing experience. It's phenomenal. I am so excited. And again, why I came on here as well is just I'm celebrating myself, because I had this vision years ago, and this is why I want you to ask yourself what you want. I'm just going to restate it, because what I wanted back then and choosing for me to step into it, to take responsibility for my life, is now impacting people. I chose what I wanted to live in. I chose it, and it wasn't selfish. It was for my highest good. And now it's impacting others. So I want you to ask yourself what you want. Start there. Start with you. And you are going to bring this world such amazing, amazing transformation. But it starts with you first. If you're just drifting by and getting by, and maybe you do have a really successful business right now. Maybe you have a really successful family and everything looks good on the outside, but you haven't met these parts of yourself that's in inner turmoil, that's in stress, that's in fake it mode. I am not about faking it till you make it. That is bullshit. You need to step into radical healing and know it instead of faking it. Show up for your life. This is about you, not about me. And I invite you into this radical, sacred space that I've created because I stepped into my life. And now I'm asking you to step into yours. You just have to decide. I've got the roadmap. It's all mapped out. It is such a divine experience. I'm so, so, so excited. Like, I am beaming. Like, I am so excited. I am so excited. And so, Happy New Year's. Celebrate yourself. What are you stepping into now? What are you stepping into? What's your next best step? And if it's the Soul Talk Method, send me a message. I'm so excited to meet you. All right, talk to you later.